Hi, it's Jude here at the Kent Golf Academy in Ashford. I'm here today to give you a tip about consistent golf. Obviously, everyone's after lowering scores, and most people think that comes from swinging the club perfectly every time. It's not. The key for consistent golf is to set up to it the same every time. The only variables being the ball position, being either forward or back, depending on how long the golf club is and how far away you stand from the golf club, from the golf ball, and depending on how long the golf club is. The pitching wedge is the shortest club in the bag, and I would recommend that being in the middle of your stance. Each golf club then forward is half an inch longer than the one previous, so by the time you get to a driver, the ball position's forward and your stance up near your left heel. So we need to try and build that variable into a routine where you're setting up to the golf ball as agile and as athletic as possible, but you're doing that the same every time. And you'll find if you present yourself to the ball each time better and the same, you'll find that the ball striking will start to improve. You'll hit much straighter shots. You'll start to hit in the middle of the club face a little bit more often, hopefully. And if you hit in the middle of the club face, the ball goes further. Anything off middle goes less distance. Anything left goes a little bit longer. Anything right goes a little bit shorter generally. It's all to do with trying to get that golf ball out the middle of the face. So where do we start? We're going to start with a routine where we're looking at the ball to target line. So you'll see most people on TV, they're standing behind the ball and they're visualising where the ball needs to finish and then looking along the ball to target line. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is trying to get the golf club square to that ball to target line. When we line up the face, we're looking at the leading edge. It's the edge at the bottom of the golf club. You've got to just try and feel like you can get that bit nice and square to the ball to target line. When I say square, it's 90 degrees, so it needs to point straight down. Don't look at the top edge. If you start looking at the top edge, the golf club starts to appear to point left, which is what I see a lot of golfers do. The second you do that, the golf club closes and you don't hit the ball very straight. So it's the bottom edge you line up. Some manufacturers have a different coloured line at the bottom, normally a white line, and that's to help you remind you to use that bottom line to help you line up. Okay, so bottom of the golf club, 90 degrees to the ball's target line. So let's start doing that first. So what we do, I always say start with the feet together because we're not worrying about where the body is pointing. If you start lining up the golf club and then taking your grip and your feet aren't square, then your grip can be affected. If you're open, then the grip can go a little bit weak. If you find you set up a little bit closed, which a lot of golfers do, then the grip gets a little bit stronger. So we don't want to get into that habit. So try and start feet together opposite the golf ball. So I'm directly opposite the golf ball. We get that bottom edge at right angles to the ball to target line, so the face is pointing straight down to the target. We then get the left hand on the top of the grip, and it needs to be 2 finger whips down from the top. So I check this, okay, 2 finger whips. A lot of golfers grip it at the top and then half your hand, or a lot of your hands off, which means you start getting a wear mark in your glove as well. So it's 2 finger whips down from the top. That's how we're going to get the hands in the right place. You only have to be a little bit out here, and then you'll miss the face. So if you're half an inch out at the top of the club, you'll be half an inch out down the bottom here. So we need to try and get everything as consistent as possible. So, feet together, club behind the ball, leading edge at right angles to the ball to target line. Left hand on, 2 finger whips down every time. Right hand on. At this point we're trying to dictate the ball position. I've got a 7 iron, so I need to try and move my left foot about so far and my right foot so it's shoulder width apart. And you'll see my ball position is just forward and middle. Okay. At this point we need to just stand up. We don't have to do this every time, but until you get the feeling, we'll do it this way. You then have to bend, sticking your backside out. So bend from the hips. Don't bend from the shoulders. We're not bending over to pick it up. We need to try and feel like you're still standing up to the ball. We set up to the ball, we don't set down to the ball. So you need to try and stick your backside out, get your spine angle as straight as possible. Club goes behind the ball. At this point, the back of your hamstrings are probably a bit tight, so you just flex them. We're not sitting down, so you just flex them so you can feel like you've still moved the weight from side to side. Goalkeeper saving a penalty. If you've ever been skiing, you have the weight forward. You know, as long as you feel like you're agile and you're not sitting back on your heels. If you sit back on your heels, all sorts of things can happen in the golf swing, and you certainly won't hit it as far as you need to. So weight position on the balls of my feet, not onto my toes, I don't want to be off balance, but just over the end of my laces. At this point I then feel where I want to be from the ball. I've got to feel it. You never get a flat lie, so you can't really measure it, but I want my arms to hang from my shoulders. If they get too far away, arms start getting up. If they get too close, then I've got no space for the golf club, and the golf club can hit my legs. So I just get myself into a position where the weight's on the balls of my feet, arms are hanging, I've got a little bit of space here. Backside is out. I then feel like I'm ready to move, have a little bit of a waggle just to see if I'm balanced. Look at the target. When I'm happy, give it a swing. Okay, so we'll now run through all of that. So I'm going to basically go through that routine. Club face behind the ball, 2 finger whips down, feet touching, left foot, right foot, backside out, weight on the balls of my feet, get myself comfortable, arms are hanging, there's a little bit of space, not up here, just nice and relaxed, look at the target, and then give it a go. Okay, and when the shot comes down, there we go. Okay, so what you need to try and do is just go through that routine, watch this video, just get used to that order of putting things together. And as soon as you get used to doing that, you'll find that your ball striking should improve. If it doesn't, you need to come and see a coach and get your swing just ironed out a little bit, a couple of points looked at. If you like what you see, please drop me an email. It's jude@kentgolfacademy.com. Let me know your thoughts, and if you feel like you want to book something in, then again, give me an email. Look forward to seeing you. Thanks for your time to watch today. Please subscribe to the Golf YouTube channel, and I hope to see you soon. Thanks for watching.